You ever had that dream? You walk out on the stage in front of 700 people wearing a suit and carrying a bucket. So I'm not alone. Vedrova Galava. Vedrova Galava. That's what she called me. The reason I started studying the Russian language was Tatiana. And she had a nickname for me, Vedrova Galava. I immediately thumbed through my Russian dictionary and realized that Vedrova Galava means Buckethead. Apparently, the Russians have a story about a little boy who was born with a bucket for a head. Every day, his teacher would fill that bucket with knowledge. And every night, that little boy would fall asleep, and that knowledge would leak right out. Vedrova Galava. Unfortunately, we've just all experienced full buckets. Every one of us has spent the last 6 hours, it's been 6 hours, filling our buckets full of thoughts. Whether it's great poetry, whether it was the story about how we clean water. What can we do to make sure that women's fashion is always recyclable? You have a full bucket. The problem is, you're the only ones with the bucket. You are about to go out into the world, and you want to share the ideas that you've learned here at TEDxABQ 2011. And you know what the world is going to hear when you open your mouth? The reason is we gave each of our speakers a challenge to come up with that one idea that could inspire the entire audience. And they spent months practicing to get that one idea across to all of you. That's a tremendous burden. And it's a burden that has been transferred to you. Sorry. You paid your money, you take your chances. Now, I know some of you are saying, John, how in the world can I transfer an idea to somebody else? If you stick with me for just a few moments, I'll give you some ideas on how to share an idea. Is that all right? The first idea I need to share with you is that every one of you has an idea that you'd like to share with somebody next to you. There's one idea that you will take away with you that will change your life. And unfortunately, nobody else cares. But we at TED care, and so I'd like you to take 30 seconds, turn to the person closest to you, and discuss one idea that you found that was just brilliant today. One idea. Go. If you can hear the sound of my voice, clap once. If you can hear the sound of my voice, clap twice. How about a round of applause for all of our speakers today? You guys are easy. All right, quickly, somebody from over here, shout out an idea that you found that was outstanding. I can't even see you, just shout it out. Rosie Greer, over here. Slam poetry. Somebody in the top row. The smartest kids always sit in the balcony. Local food. That's 2 ideas. That's great. Somebody else, right in the middle. Recycling. That missed the bucket. Something else. Demand natural products. We have got a bucket full of ideas. Oh, yeah. So what are we going to do with that bucket? Ideas. Society is going to dump out your bucket anyway. You don't need help with that. The key to effective bucket management is invite a friend. Tim, could you step onto the stage with me and share my bucket? A hand for Tim Knisley. Nobody knows how much work this is but Tim. Tim has shared the burden with all of us, but he has shouldered most of the burden. Tim, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, sit down. He wasn't that good. Tim has also given us a unique opportunity later this afternoon to share our ideas with people who don't view these ideas as noise. Recognize as you step out into the world, people are not as educated as you. You are in the same boat as they are 6 hours ago. So if you just run up to somebody and say, I went to TED today, and you know what? I heard a whole bunch of talks about recycling and dresses and poetry. They're not going to know what in the world you're talking about. You need to spend a little time with your bucket partner. Thank you, Tim.
You're welcome.
Discussing and debriefing those ideas. Because not every idea that's running through your head is a good idea. Not every idea that you have in your head is an idea that's worth sharing with somebody else. And not every idea that you have to share with somebody else will they care about. We are in a world that allows you to test ideas. TED allows us to test those ideas, and you have a perfect opportunity this evening to test those ideas. Will you be at the TED event following the TED event? If you're not, we've wasted 6 hours. The baton has been passed to every one of you. It is now your turn to dare to inspire others. Are you up for that challenge? A great man once told me the most effective way to transfer information is to teach and to preach. It's now your time to preach. I wish you all Godspeed.